Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 88
on Now You Know.
Remember how Mercedes-Benz was making a Powerwall, basically?
Oh, yeah, it looked like a trash can.
Well, okay. I wouldn't say that it looked like a trash can. I would say that
I would.
Well, I think that's your opinion.
Okay.
But anyway, they were going to be making these home battery packs, just like the Power.
They're competing with
Powerwall,
Tesla.
right?
Yeah, I know. How's it going for them?
They're not going to do that anymore. So a Mercedes-Benz spokeswoman said, it's not necessary to have a car battery at home. They don't move. They don't freeze. It's over-designed.
Wait a minute. Slow down. Mercedes-Benz got into the home battery market, then discovered they were putting the wrong batteries in. They were putting over-engineered batteries that are too expensive into the home battery. Why didn't they figure that out before they got into the market?
Yeah, it seems like if you were planning this, that maybe that's the time that you think about it and say, does this make sense before we put time and resources and people on this problem?
This is poppycock. I tell you.
Really, it's ridiculous.
That's not even the reason. They're lying. Here's the reason.
Okay.
They didn't figure out ahead of time how hard it would be to make the batteries. They didn't realize that you have to put a lot of batteries into each of these packs, and they have no battery factories. So they realized that they can't even afford to do this. It's basically a whole other company that makes the batteries for them anyway. So it was pointless to just put their brand on it.
Right, because they would have just basically been repackaging batteries that they bought probably from a Chinese manufacturer, shipping them in, as you say, a trash can looking
Thank you.
wall wart.
It shows you how backwards these companies are. They wanted to copy Tesla, but they didn't even know what they were copying.
Right. They didn't know where to start,
No.
clearly. So it's bad news if you wanted some competition in the home battery market, but I don't know, you think you would have gone for the you don't want a Mercedes-Benz battery.
Well, maybe if I needed to have Oscar the Grouch pop up and say hello to me every morning. Well, remember last week, Jesse, we were talking about that the phone key for the Model 3 needs a little improvement because it uses Bluetooth, which isn't always that reliable.
Right.
I'm kind of distressed to see this latest tweet from Elon.
Okay.
So John 1C asked him if he could make the phone work for the Model S and the Model X as well as a phone key. And Elon responded, yeah, we will add that as a feature. All X and S will soon work with no key if your phone pairs with Bluetooth, signal strength is high, and you enable the feature.
Cool. So, I don't quite see what the issue you have is here.
Well, if you start thinking of your phone as the key, it's got to work 100% of the time. It can't be like Bluetooth is, which works 70% of the time. Because you walk up to your car, you go to get in, you can't get in. Now you have to find some second key.
Yeah. Okay.
Or you're running away from burglars.
Right.
You're running away from the bad guys, which happens a lot, right? And you get into your car, and then you can't drive off.
Okay. Well, I think I have a solution.
Okay.
It just came to me right now.
Really?
It is to use your phone's, what is it, the NFC? You remember
National
those
Football Corporation?
Okay. Remember those commercials? I think it was for the Galaxy when it first came out, the Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah.
And people would take out their phones, right? And then they would touch them together, and they'd share a playlist or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that was NFC.
What's NFC?
And I use it all the time. You can put your credit card on your phone. You tap.
Oh, is that NFC?
Right. That's how I use ChargePoint, is with my phone. If I could walk up to the Model 3, let's say the Bluetooth isn't working, and I just pop my phone.
What is
right
NFC?
there. It's some kind of a language.
How about Bluetooth engineers of the world? You're watching right now, right? Bluetooth 2.0. Come on, guys.
They are on 4.0.
All right.
Right now.
Bluetooth 5.0.
I don't know.
The reliable
what
version.
I'm just saying, yeah, Bluetooth sucks.
Come on, guys.
I hate Bluetooth.
I like the idea.
I like it when things are Wi-Fi. It's so much better.
So, some Model 3 news. Model 3 just got some new software updates, and you're now going to have auto-dimming headlights in the latest software release, which is 2018 18.1.
Cool. So this is stuff that the Model X and the Model S had for a long time. And how does this work?
Basically, you're driving along, you have it set to auto dimming, which means that it's always going to be in high beams unless it sees lights coming at it or lights around it, which tell us that that's another car. And
so taillights, headlights,
yep,
that kind of thing.
And it's pretty good in the Model X.
Yeah.
I don't have to ever really override it or think about it. And it's really nice because that means that the first second it could possibly go back to high beams, it does it without thinking. Normally you're driving along and you're like, oh gosh, I have to flip now. Flip again. I flip now. I flip again.
I almost never drive with my high beams on because I'm so worried about blinding other motorists. Your reaction time has to be just so quick, and you always have to be paying attention.
And this was something that was tweeted at Elon just back in March. And now it's May and we have it.
Right. Again, this is the cool thing about having your car be a computer, is that you can get new software for it. You can, get the latest download. And you don't even have to get 12 CDs. Remember that when you'd get a new game?
Oh, yeah.
And
it took all night.
Yeah, you'd have 12 CDs, right? Pack of 12. And you'd be sitting there and be like, insert disc 8. And you'd be like, okay, disc 8. And then you'd look at some more art, some more of the art that they'd have. And you'd be listening to the theme song. You'd be getting pumped. I can't wait to play this game that I spent $50 on. Yeah.
Insert disc 9.
Right. You just sort of come out in the morning and boom, now you have auto dimming headlights.
Not only that,
awesome.
You've also got a new updated media interface, which will hopefully make the toggling between music and the phone functions better. So, this is so
you're
cool.
just constantly getting new stuff. It's like Christmas all the time.
So J.L. Warren Capital LLC is an equity research firm, and they focus on Chinese companies. And they've just issued a note saying that Tesla suppliers are receiving parts orders in an increased number. SAS Automotive is a German cockpit manufacturer and assembler, and they use parts from China. So they take these display screens from China and they put them into whatever they sell then to Tesla. It's been reported that this Chinese supplier plans to produce about 58,000 screens in the third quarter. That would nearly meet Tesla's goal of 20,000 cars produced for the month. This is a really good sign that what Elon was saying in the earnings call is what he actually believes.
Right. So it doesn't necessarily mean that their production numbers are going to reach that, but it means that Elon thinks that that's what's going to happen. So it's not like he was telling a bunch of fibs. This is what Elon thinks.
Right. Remember when Elon said that if the cars don't have the computing power they need to go to full autonomy, that Tesla would pay to upgrade the computers?
Yes, I do remember that.
And so they went from 2.0 computers to 2.5 computers, which are even more powerful. Well, in the earnings call, remember Elon said that he didn't think the computers that were in the cars were powerful enough to get to full autonomy.
Oh.
Because the new neural nets and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So if you do the math, it sounds like they're going to need to replace those computers. And that we're talking about 200,000 cars plus. And that means that could cost a lot of money. What do you do with all the used computers that you take out of the cars that you don't need?
Oh, I know. You convert them all so that you can mine Bitcoin using solar energy, which Tesla makes a lot of free solar energy, right?
That was his plan.
Just take all of the all the solar panels that aren't efficient enough, right, for the house market or whatever. Just throw them into some, throw them on all those hills.
Gigafactory.
Right, yeah. And just mine Bitcoin.
So the Gigafactory is going to be a giant Bitcoin factory.
Well, okay, that's complete conjecture. So take that with a grain of salt. All right, so this next story I am super excited over the moon about.
Me too.
Yeah.
This just happened. Really exciting. I didn't think it was real when I first read it. I had to go find it in a bunch of different sources because I'm like, this can't be true.
Right.
Every few years, building codes come out and they make sure that buildings are built as safe as possible with as many energy efficiencies as possible. So what if every new house in California had solar panels on the roof?
That would be great. Yeah. Okay, cool. That sounds... Thanks. That's a good thought.
Snap your fingers. Just happened.
No.
Yeah, it did. The Energy Commission in California just voted unanimously that all new houses built in California will have to have solar panels on the roof.
Unanimously?
Unanimously.
Am I having a fever dream right now?
You might be, but that's what happened. I didn't believe it in fact, when I first read this story, it was the day before the vote, and I heard that it was very likely to pass, and I thought, no.
Likely to pass.
I was like, what are you What are you
no
crazy?
way.
What are you drinking? Like,
wow.
No, can't happen.
Unanimously passed.
That means that every builder of new homes, unless there's a verified reason, like that there's just shade covering the entire house
Unless
or
it's
whatever.
underground.
Right. You're
Okay.
going to have to put in solar panels. Now, the great news about this, because I know there's be a lot of negative, like, oh my God, that costs more. Yeah, it does cost more up front. But over the life of the house, over 25 years, you can save the average homeowner $50,000 to $60,000. So the average system will cost between $10,000 and probably $25,000 to put in, but you will save $50,000 to $60,000 over the life of the house.
Wow. That means that you build the house and now it's worth more because there's all of this.
It's got a power plant on the roof.
Right.
A quiet, safe, efficient,
silent.
silent,
Right.
perfect solar power station on the roof.
Right.
That just happened. Go California. First state to do it. I say let's get all the states on board.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Don't stop there, right?
Right.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So I've got a word for you. Ready?
Yes.
Gravitricity.
Is this
What do you think?
It's combining gravity and electricity.
There you go. Bingo. Ding, 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 ding. Gold star.
What,
Right on the forehead there. Good work.
gravity
Yep.
and electricity.
Exactly.
How do those two go together?
Energy storage, my friend. Okay, so there's this company called Gravitricity. Here's their idea, right?
Okay.
Battery storage is, it's expensive, right?
Okay.
So what if you dug a shaft straight down into the earth?
Okay.
You got a really big weight,
Okay.
right? And then you hoist it all the way up to the top of the hole.
Gotcha.
Now it's a big battery because you can hook up a bunch of winches and stuff to a generator, and you can
Oh, okay.
slowly lower it down the hole. And
Kinda like
all
hydro.
the while, yeah, it's kind of like a pumped hydro or something like that, only it's like 90% efficient.
Why not do it with hydro?
It's cheaper and it's more efficient, according to their website.
Oh, I see. So wait, this is that company. I remember this company now.
Okay, it's for a grid, basically. It's a grid stabilizer.
Okay.
So, something goes offline or there's, a duck curve or something like that, and you need to store power, this is a way to store power.
Now, from what I heard, they're going to start this experiment in a mine shaft, an abandoned mine shaft in the UK, because that's already been dug. Because the major cost here is digging the hole. If you already
Right.
have the hole, it's pretty cheap.
Right.
Interesting. So I guess we should follow up on this once they've done that and see how it's going. What is the, wait a second. There's going to be a race between a scooter, a Model S, a Lamborghini, and a motorcycle?
Yeah. Guess which one's going to win?
Well, I know which one's going to lose.
Which one?
The scooter. How's it going to beat a Lamborghini?
Okay, well, what if I told you that it was an electric scooter?
Okay, it's still going to lose.
Okay, and play.
Wait, what? The Lamborghini's losing to all of them?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a Lamborghini. They're not fast.
That's true.
Yeah, so Model S.
That's an old Model S.
This is an old Model S, so it's not like a P100D. or
I think a
anything
new
like that.
Model S could take it.
I think a new Model S could probably take it,
Okay.
but
still, that's impressive.
that is an impressive little scooter there.
Wow. So that's the NIU N Series, and that is only available, I checked, it's only available in Europe right now.
So you're seeing some stats here up on the screen. So, I mean, it's obviously not widely available to the average person, but if you want, I guess it's a sleeper, right? Because it looks like
But
a
don't
scooter.
forget, this is the N Series. This is the wicked fast series. You don't have to buy this series. There's cheaper series like the
okay.
S Series and stuff. So, I mean, I think it is available to a lot of people. I'm very excited, except it's not available in the US. So
Right.
let's get on that.
Right.
This is cool. I think we should just play it and shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought Tesla didn't make commercials.
Well, they don't. This isn't a commercial. This is just their all hands video.
Wait, what's an all hands video?
I don't know. It's what we just watched.
Wait, so I guess according to Elon, this is going to happen quarterly from now on? Like he's going to have an all hands video?
I like it. I
really like it.
I like having, Tesla does really good promotional material.
Yeah.
So props to whoever's in the Tesla
media department.
They do fantastic job.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Tesla video I don't love.
Except they didn't show me in the Tesla Roadster.
Well, to be fair, you had like 12 cameras with you.
That's true. I was probably blocking my good side.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And screaming like a lunatic.
Holy crap! Whoa!
Don't you want people screaming like a lunatic?
It's so nice to see like
every aspect of the company.
Right.
The people, the batteries in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, so much about it was, factory. And look at the people who work at Tesla. It's not this 1950s like Joe Miller goes to the automotive plant at 8:30 in the morning after a nice breakfast and he kisses his wife on the cheek. Like it's not that.
No,
it's not this old style of like
it's
only
badasses.
white men and suits and stuff.
Everyone in that was just badass.
Right. Everyone is just working hard and kicking ass.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
It really is awesome. And then, at 16 seconds, they showed this, which is this car under wraps in the Hawthorne Design Studio. And, there's been a lot of conjecture. What is that car? Now, Jesse and I have looked at it very closely. Microscopes were out. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's a Model Y. It's too close to the ground.
I'm pretty sure that's a Model 3.
Yeah, I think it was just a Model 3.
I could be wrong,
yeah.
but
it's exciting, though.
Yes.
So. Yes. So cool. All right, here's a story that you're probably not going to hear on the major news sources. That's why we do what we do. We're trying to bring you stories that you may not hear other places. So whenever Tesla has a hiccup, whenever Tesla has to shut down its factory for 3 days, the media just jumps right in and says, this is the end of Tesla. They can't produce cars fast enough. They're going to go under.
Right.
Well, how about this, Jesse?
Okay.
On May 2nd, a major parts supplier, Meridian Magnesium Products in Eaton Rapids, they had a fire. And the parts that they make happen to be in a lot of different cars, including the Ford F-150. These are the magnesium brackets that hold the radiator on the Ford F-150. Now, when that fire happened, since they're the only supplier of this part, that meant that a week later, Ford had to shut down its 2 and only 2 F-150 pickup truck plants. That means over 7,000 workers had to go home.
Wow.
That means that their number one selling truck
is
stopped
not being
production.
produced.
They've got 84 days worth of supply, and then they run out. Now, I'm not trying to make the story to say that Ford's going to go bankrupt or that this is going to stop them. I'm sure they'll figure out a way to get their parts that they need eventually, but it is going to take weeks by most experts in the industry.
Weeks. Wow.
Weeks. So if Tesla ever had a story that they were out of parts for weeks, you would just hear dun, 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 dun. Instead, you're not even going to hear about this Ford story, even though it's their number one selling car, and they're not going to have it produced for weeks, and they're going to have to, I don't know what they're going to do with their workers at those two plants for 7,400 workers that aren't going to be able to build the trucks. This is what I'm talking about. The media is biased. Right. They know that this story is a sleeper. No one cares.
Right.
But as soon as you add the word Tesla to the mix, then, oh my gosh, this is an exciting story. People are going to watch this thing.
I honestly don't even think that most people care about Tesla stories. I think that it's simply that the media wants to bash Tesla as hard as they can. Again, Tesla doesn't do any advertising, which means that TV companies don't make any money. Then Elon, of course, is going to be doing Starlink, which means that all of the major service providers in the whole world are going to be completely one-upped.
Right.
Because global coverage, fast coverage, and now he's competing with every single one of them. So they're just like, crap, we have to hurt this guy as much as possible. We need, SpaceX, he can't do Starlink or we're in trouble. So I think it's those two factors as well as many other ties to oil industry and stuff like that. Those are the reasons why you hear such negative stories on Tesla and why you don't hear such negative stories on Ford.
I just had one of those moments, I have it a lot on the show, where I think that I'm just in a dream because we're talking about one guy who's disrupting practically every industry you can think of. He's coming up with innovations left and right. And you think to yourself, I must be in some weird dream because one guy can't do that. This is the Earth we're talking about.
Right.
It is one guy that we're talking about who can't stop talking about Steve Jobs and all the amazing things he did for his industry. And I think he was well deserving of some of this praise. But let's just put it in perspective, folks. What did he actually design and make? was nothing compared to what
Right.
Elon is
I mean,
making.
He made a rectangle that sits in your pockets with rounded corners.
Right.
I mean, yes, it brings you all of the information you could ever possibly need at a moment's notice, but, well, that sounds pretty good.
But he wasn't the only one making them.
That's true.
He wasn't the inventor of it. Elon is the idea guy, is the inventor of things like relanding rockets, reusable rockets. He's the inventor of the idea of blanketing the Earth with satellites to make its own internet provider, which hasn't been done yet.
He's the doer. I would say that, we had ideas of relanding rockets. I mean, the shuttle was an idea of that. But
it landed on wheels.
of course, it landed on wheels, and it was not the same thing. But, I mean, we had ideas of reusable rockets and stuff, but nobody did it.
But he's the idea guy to the next level, and he makes it happen. It's time for the lightning round. So this is a study from Lazard. They just showed that a solar megawatt is half the cost of a U.S. coal megawatt.
So wait, it's half the cost? Solar is half the cost of coal.
Yes. And an International Renewable Energy Agency annual review shows that green energy production now employs 10.3 million people around the world, with 500,000 jobs added just in 2017. Solar power is the fastest growing sector in the world, producing 94 gigawatts, which is a 9% increase from the year before. So check out this Instagram. Elon's looking pretty dapper here in his night at the museum. He's
Who's with him?
Well, that is Grimes. She's a Canadian-born musician, songwriter, record producer, and visual artist. Reportedly, they're a couple.
Interesting. And so that's what all these random tweets about
really deep things.
things.
Yeah, things like AI that's going to come back into the past and try and destroy people that were not in favor of AI, and jokes and puns that have to do with that, and cocaine comets, and
I'm glad that she's on his level. It sounds
they're definitely on the same
they're
level.
on the same level.
Yeah.
And I think that's great.
It's fantastic.
I'm really happy to hear that.
And they look really happy together.
Yeah.
So the Boring Company issued a 1,600-page report that they filed with the city of Los Angeles because they want to build a 2.5-mile tunnel under LA. And in this report, if you dig in deep, you find out a few interesting little facts. One is that they're planning on building a $3 million concrete factory, which will make the concrete outer shell of the tunnel walls.
Interesting.
And that concrete factory will make concrete 4 times faster, use 20% less energy, and reduce air pollution by 20% compared to any other concrete factory.
Wow.
And it's going to be done in 12 months.
Wow. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Another thing that you find out is that the tunnel is only going to be wide enough for a D-segment car. A D-segment car would be a car that has a maximum width of 73 inches. Now, I went and looked. The Model S and the X are bigger than that. They're 77, 79 inches, so they would not fit in the tunnel. A Model 3, though, would fit in the tunnel. So I'm kind of confused here. Is he going to build a tunnel that's only big enough for certain cars?
I feel like, is this just going to be Hyperloop or just the, just kind of like the loop system?
So just for pedestrians, just for people?
I think it might be, maybe it's just a test track.
Maybe.
Or maybe once you've already bored the tunnel, you can go back with a bigger one later.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. A tunnel reamer. All right, so check out this interactive chart of U.S. states and their price per kilowatt hour, as well as their types of electricity generation over the past 30 years.
This is really cool. Yeah, pick your state. There's some things I didn't expect here. Like go to Idaho and check it out. You'll be a little surprised. Also, go to Wyoming, see how much coal they use.
Right. You can see that in most states, natural gas has just completely blotted out coal, which is better than coal. Natural gas is better than coal.
Yep.
But you'll see everywhere else, wind is huge in some states, and it's just been exploding into the market. And solar is also just beginning to enter. Again, when you look at charts like this, you have to remember that for a very long time, solar and wind were more expensive than all of these other forms, and that's why you don't see any of it. So when people are like, oh, well, you see wind and solar are just these little, oh, no, it's so wimpy, that's why.
Right.
Now that it's cheaper than coal's going to go away.
So we've reported on this company called Arrival before. It's a UK startup, and they make these really cool-looking electric trucks. They've already delivered some to the Royal Mail in UK.
Oh, that's why these look familiar.
Yep,
okay.
But now look at these. These are being sold to UPS. UPS is going to buy 35 of these, and they are going to be able to reduce the operating costs for UPS by more than 50%.
Wow.
Also, they say they figured out a way to do battery range of more than 150 miles, which is 240 kilometers. And they plan to deploy the first ones in London and Paris for a trial period by the end of the year. So if any of our viewers are in London or Paris coming up, please, if you see one of these trucks, I would love
Whip
some
your
video.
phone out,
Yes.
as long as you're not driving.
Right, and get some video.
Yeah.
So Tesla has added oak decor as an interior finish option, which is available with the cream premium interior option. The finish offers a slightly lighter color for the interior trim, but they've also removed the cream premium and the black textile interior options for the Model S and X on the performance models. So going forward, performance models are going to have very limited choices.
So the oak is just for the Model S and X.
That's correct.
Okay. It's time now for our video contributor story of the week.
And I want to remind everyone that if you want to be a video contributor, you can. Just contact me on Facebook or right here at Zach@nowyouknowchannel.com, and we can talk about what story you'd like to send in.
What's going on? I'm Max from Tesla Addict, and this is the event at Orange Julep with Now You Know's Model 3. Yeah, you know what? It's I'd say on par with the X75D before the uncork. Drives like a Tesla, handles like a Tesla, and I say that in a straight line, of course. But I mean, so far it's good. And I was just looking down to see my speed, but there is no.
Yeah,
well, I mean, there's nothing in front of me.
All right, it's time for our Patreon bonus stories. Don't forget that means that for just $1 a month, you get to see all these stories. You head over to Patreon and enjoy them. So we'll be right back.
It's a Patreon bonus stories.
All right, we're back from our Patreon bonus stories. That was wild.
That was
you got to check
pretty
that out.
crazy
Come on,
one.
go check
Yeah.
that out. We want to thank our super duper Patreon patrons who give $5 or more a month because they really make things happen around here. I mean, those $5 really start to add up and we can do amazing things. So let's thank our patrons this week.
John Nord,
Crafty Geek,
Ruben Calivra,
Roy Morgan,
Milan Shah,
Felix Kranberg,
Jeffrey White,
and Edward Stanilla. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys, you not only make this show possible, but you enable it to be better all the time, and for us to be able to plan things far into the future instead of just being like, because if we were looking at our YouTube revenue, like from the money that we make from advertisements, I'm sorry, we would not be here.
No,
right now.
Because it's not like first of all, we don't get paid anything. You
Right.
know that, right? We're just doing this because we like you guys. But we do need money to run the show. And so if you go over to Patreon, there's a bunch of cool perks. Maybe you don't know about this. So, $1 a month gets you the Patreon bonus story. You might have known that. But $2 gets you you can enter all of our polls. $4, you can enter all of our posts, which means that we use your comments every week on the show.
Yep.
$5, you get the shout out. $8, there's live stream that Jesse and I do every month with you guys, just you guys. $10 a month, you get a signed poster from the whole crew. $15, you get a t-shirt. $18, you get a mug. $20, you get a truck and electric hat. And $25, you get an apron. Get this, Jesse. Every level you're at, you get everything below it.
Right. So it's like...
It's too much. The
You're
guys
getting-
tell me all the time I'm giving away too much. And there's more coming. We're about to do another big perk. So
Right.
go over and check it out.
Don't want to spoil it or anything like that.
Oh, are you going to give it away?
Nothing. No.
Don't
What?
give it away.
What are you talking about?
Don't give it away.
All right, so Elon's tweet of the week. A shout out to our friend Ben Sellens from Teslanomics.
Yeah, he raised like thousands of dollars to get Elon a nice comfy sleeper sofa. Elon tweeted, "Wow, thanks for the couch. I will match the donation from my foundation."
Awesome. Donation from my foundation. That's he's starting a little rap there.
All right, it's time for community mail time. And here's a picture of Ron and his wife. They got their new Model X in Tucson, Arizona using our referral code. So guess what, Jesse? We're going to be visiting
We're
Tucson.
going to Tucson, Arizona.
In the Roadster. So we're looking forward to that. And he named his Model X Nexus after the Star Trek movie. And he says it's absolutely amazing. He really loves it. It did not take long for him to realize that he never wants to revert to owning an ICE car again. He says some of the many things that we love about it: incredible panoramic windshield view, the cool Falcon Wing doors, the auto-dimming headlights, the very intuitive center screen, the quiet, smooth ride, the seamless charging both at home and on the road, and the Tesla community of owners.
Yeah. A ton of benefits there.
Yeah. How would you like a Model 3 on your desk?
I think it would break my desk. It's a heavy car.
This one wouldn't. Check this out. This is a Model 3 acrylic 3D optical illusion LED display sent to us by Archer.
Wow. Cool. Can people get these?
Yeah, you can. The link is down below. You can go buy one for your desk if you
Cool.
want. Jeff said, "I think it's obvious where both the Tesla and the Nicholas One truck's design was based on."
Is that from Battlestar Galactica?
It is.
So
That's
it's
a Cylon.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't it look familiar?
No.
So I think they've got a lawsuit. Battlestar Galactica, get your lawyers.
I mean, isn't that from like the 1970s one?
Yeah.
So I mean, isn't it like wicked old? Is there
you think-
statute of limitations? Do you
Oh,
think
I don't
their
know.
design copyright?
Maybe it ran out.
Oh, okay.
So every week we like to post our Patreon viewer comments. We had asked this week, what will be the name of Elon's candy company? We got some pretty funny answers. So Victor Seal said, Sweet X.
I really like that one.
William Gregory said, Charged Candies.
Zachary Henderson said, "Boring sweets, bringing candy the innovation it deserves."
And Tesla Todd Tarzia said, Rocket Candies.
Jose Gallardo said, "Lifetime supplies with your 11th referral."
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Tie in the candy company
Sure.
with the car company.
Right.
It's time for our Supercharger review videos. And don't forget that you can upload your videos. I need more destination charger videos.
Right.
But you know what's so cool? We just got back from Montreal, and I needed to see what Berlin, Vermont Supercharger would look like, see if we could eat there. There were 2 videos.
How awesome.
Thank you so much.
I mean, we really were like, are we really going to be able to eat at this Supercharger?
And they told me about what was available to eat. So, I mean, I'm telling you, this is really useful stuff. And it's more useful if you go and upload your video. So go do that right now. Let's check out some videos that we got.
Hey Zach and Jesse, this is Michael. I'm here at the JFK Airport Superchargers here in Jamaica, Queens, New York. It's kind of a weird location. It's in the middle of kind of an industrial wasteland. There's a rental car parking lot. The Superchargers are off of a Sunoco station, but there are some fast food options over there and a car wash should you so desire. It's not a very good location, but it serves me well as I accidentally got down to 14 miles of range driving my parents to the airport.
Hello, Second Chassis. This is Patrick from Switzerland. I'm here at the Supercharger at Steg Hotel, and there is 8 stalls. And the cool thing about it is that behind me you can see there is a restaurant that is open 24 hours, 365 days a year. You can have coffee, you can eat, there is toilets. So this is a real great location here in the Valais, Switzerland.
We're here in Kapfenberg in the middle of Austria, and on my daily longboard ride, to my surprise, I found this 8-stall supercharging station here in the middle in the green heart of Austria. On the backside there is a cool lodge to relax and hang out a little bit. There is you can get the coffee in there and get a cool time. But most important of all, it's 1 minute away from the motorway, so you can drive to Vienna and to Graz from here. It's a pretty cool location.
Hey Zach and Jesse, today we are on a day trip to the west coast of Denmark, and we have made a stop at the Sea West Holiday Resort, which main attraction is the Water World. Also, as you can see behind here, we have 2 Tesla destination chargers. They are extremely conveniently located right next to the entrance. There are a few nice amenities here. Apart from the Water World, you have a restaurant, you can play bowling, there's something for those who like to game, and there's also an outdoor playground for the kids. When staying here for holiday, it's a very good starting place to other trips like Vilsene, Ringkøbing, and other places around here.
All right, I love Burlington. I love Bernie Sanders. I love Tesla Superchargers. This is getting a 10. You know why? Because also, all those things, but also there's a healthy living store right here, and it's the most fabulous grocery store with organic, awesome food. So 10 out of 10.
It's getting a 10 because there's also a creek over there, and I just saw an otter. So it's getting a 10.
Yes!
It's getting a 10.
And also we just bumped into a fabulous Tesla employee who's putting up solar all over Vermont. So 10 out of 10. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're helpful. They tell you what you need to know, and then you feel more comfortable as you go into that charger to like, oh, this is where it's located.
Right. So head over to nowyouknowchannel.com and go to that Supercharger review page, check out some other reviews, and make one of your own. And again, not just superchargers, destination chargers.
Let's find out what new superchargers have gone online this week. What do we got?
Number 396 in Europe, the 8-stall in Kortrijk, Belgium.
The 10-stall urban supercharger in Tigard, Oregon.
The 6-stall urban supercharger in Hartford, Connecticut.
And number 510 in the USA and 1243 in the world is the 10-stall in Merrillville, Indiana. You want to drive the Tesla Semi and race it, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
All you got to do, Jesse, is sign up for the Tesla newsletter with our referral code, and you are entered to win. And they give out, they do this contest like every couple of weeks, so you have a good chance of winning.
I have a good chance of winning, and then I'm going to be racing a Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, we're already going to be racing the
truck. We're already going to do it.
But we could be racing you.
How cool would that be?
And you can use your referral code to buy a new Model S or X. If you do that before July 15th, you will get free supercharging for life. And if you live in the US, Canada, or Europe, we will come meet you in the Tesla Next Generation Roadster. Can you beat that?
No.
You can't beat that.
Can't beat that.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We really appreciate all of your support, your comments, your love. Keep sending us your pictures and your news stories to me. I love it. We can't get enough of it. Thank you for supporting this channel. Now you know.